The thing with "You'll Be in My Heart" from Tarzan that's really interesting, and a proper musician would be able to identify a little bit better, is that sort of key change that happens when it rolls into the chorus. It's like and you can hear it when it goes back down into the second verse, but something's happening from the first verse into the chorus where it just feels bigger than it normally would because it feels like it's rolling into a different key. Can somebody let me know in the comments if you're a proper musician? Because I'm not. I'd be curious about what's happening there musically. So "You'll Be in My Heart" was from Tarzan. Obviously, it was the biggest song off of Tarzan. And when we go back to those Disney albums, and you remember one of the bigger Disney albums before this was the Lion King soundtrack, which was done by Elton John. There's kind of a format that they follow. There's like a funny song, and there's like a coming of age song, and then there's like a romantic song like "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" And I think this "You'll Be in My Heart" is kind of the "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" But it's better. I think it's such a better song. It's not a ballad. The music that's happening, those strings at the beginning, the dun, 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 and then there's that really thick electric guitar that's happening in the right ear. I mean, it's just a really well-produced song. And then there's that musical lift on the choruses. The bridge is massive. This is easily one of Phil Collins' best songs of all time. It's such a phenomenal song. The Tarzan soundtrack is out of this world. There's just so many great tracks on that. I think it's got to be one of the best Disney soundtracks. I think it's the best Disney soundtrack by far. I don't know what the general public thinks. I know that Beauty and the Beast was really well loved, and Little Mermaid was huge, and Lion King, as I mentioned, was really big. But this Tarzan one, people still talk about it today. There's memes about it today. "You'll Be in My Heart" is incredible. I read on Wikipedia, and I'm surprised that this was actually Phil's last top 40 single. It peaked at 21. So I think after that, he started going into some of the other subsidiary charts on Billboard, but this was the last US top 40 for Phil, which is kind of sad. But yeah, I mean, it's a great tune, and it won the Academy Award, and he had been nominated for Oscars before for other films. And so for him to finally win this, it was kind of like at an anti-Phil Collins time. Like it was just after Dance into the Light, which wasn't received too well for the general public. For his diehard fans, people loved it. But so there's kind of like this anti-Phil Collins sentiment. I think everyone was trying to just look into like the future, and it was a grunge into boy bands and alternative music. And they were just trying to push away some of these older legacy artists. It wouldn't be for another decade or more where Phil would come back and become loved and respected as he should have been. But that coming out of the 80s into the late 90s wasn't really a great time for Phil, but he won an Oscar. Everyone loves this album. I have it on vinyl. I wish they would repress it on vinyl in a better way. It actually went to #1 on the US Adult Contemporary and on the Canada version of the Adult Contemporary charts, which is really cool. I think it was the video for this where he was like playing an electric guitar. He was doing that a lot on the Dance into the Light promos. And I think was that when he was doing the Rickenbacker? Anyway, what do you think of this song? Do you like this tune?